What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Neosynthesis coming at you with another update on kind of what I'm playing. I'm going into this weekend, getting ready to play a regional. Hopefully, I'll bring you guys a little bit of content from that regional. Anyway, I figured I would just show you guys what I was planning on playing. Anyway, I just wanted to make a little quick note about the tokens. A lot of tournaments that I've been going to have been kind of making a big fuss about if you're generating tokens, just have tokens. So just make sure you have tokens. You can use cards like from the OCG or from the KCG as long as they're like, not mistakable for a game element. It's completely fine. And then I've got like, this is like a not a token, but it's like a non-playable card. And then I just have three, legit tokens for your tokens, but just make sure you have something to use because they don't really want you using dice just like on the table in a lot of Konami official stuff. So we're on something significantly different than what we have been on. It's pretty thick. So we're actually running 60 cards, and I'm going to go engine by engine because I just think that's the most logical way to do a deck. So to start off, we're still running the branded stuff. So that's, triple double Fallen of Abaz, triple branded fusion. This card's like super, super good. The reason I like to play this so much in Eldlich is that this card in particular is just like really, really broken. It helps you like play through Ash Blossom. And Fallen of Albaz is actually a pretty good normal summon because a lot of the stuff you have to discard is live, like in the graveyard. Like if you discard like an Eldlich or an Eldlich Spell Trap, it's cool. And like being able to super play their boards a lot of the time, you can bait through and negate. It's pretty good. So that's all we're running for the branded stuff. I've considered putting a banishment in here just as something to set off of like an Albion if I send that, and then I can like super poly their board. And at some point I might test that out, but I'm not running it right now. I'm actually running kind of a bit of a weird build. We're running the adventure package. So for like your adventure starters, it's we're just maxing out. We just want to see these cards all pretty much all the time. Gets you a lot of advantage, which is really cool in this deck. And it can help you like I said, play through like Ash Blossoms, and it just protects you against things like evenly matched where you're not like needing to draw Solemn Judgment. I know that I'm not running even Solemn Judgment in the deck, but this is like better than Solemn Judgment because it's like you get a body, you get the Draco back, and then we're obviously running the Foolish Burial. I don't think every adventure deck's running Foolish Burial, but we are, just so that if we see any of these cards, our adventure engine is online. And then for the adventure bricks, we're only running the 3 adventure bricks right now. So that's just the Griffin Rider, the Faithful Adventure, and the Draco back. A lot of the time it can be kind of hard to sometimes trigger this because you don't really have a lot of normal summons in the deck. It's really just like Albaz you can normal, and there's another normal you can really have, and unless you're getting an Eldlich, it's not really. Oh yeah, my Faithful is really misprint. But if you're not getting like another Eldlich, or if you're not like summoning Eldlich, it can be sometimes hard to proc this to like get the add. And but worst case scenario, you can add the Griff always and just special summon it and discard something else. You know what I mean? And then that way you can get the thing. Like I said, there's a lot of things in the deck that are good to discard, so that's why I don't really think the Faithful's too bad. I know that we don't have a lot of normal summons, and I'm really just doing this because it's like I think it's a lot more fun than what I've been doing, and I really wanted to try it. I have the adventure cards. I want to put them in a deck. Maybe there's a better deck out there to just jam adventure in, but I don't know. I've been playing Eldlich for a while, so. And then to go into the Eldlich cards, we're running actually a pretty substantially different Eldlich package than we have been. We're running still 2 Golden Lord. I feel like that's like pretty standard. We don't really want to see this card too often. I might actually go up to 3 on this for the regional, just depending on whether or not I can attain one before then. But having Eldlich in your hand is like not really that good unless you're going second. But you do want to see them sometimes, and potentially because I'm running 60 cards, it might be worthwhile to go for the 3rd. But we are running Triple Cursed Eldland, which I feel like pretty obvious just to be able to get to this. And then those are like there's also like these cards. So these cards like don't start your Eldritch Resource Loop. I mean, this card can start your Eldritch Resource Loop, and it oftentimes will, because you can search like the Golden Land or the Golden Lord. And this card will also be able to send a Golden Land, which will start your Resource Loop. But these cards are, I don't know, I feel like these cards are different than the rest of the Eldritch cards, because the other Eldritch cards can be classified as either an Eldlich. So we're running the black and the white. Actually, I'm a little off camera there. My bad. We're running the black and the white. I just feel like, having a variety of things we can set is pretty good. And I feel like black is, it's nice to get your resource loop started. It really is. And then these cards are also good to discard, and they can get you your quote unquote resource. I've been saying that a ton. They can get you started. They just get you started. This card can help you extend for damage, which is really important in this format, considering how much Sword Soul there is, who will oftentimes just kill you on the crackback if you don't really have an overwhelming board, or you don't have them on one card. And then obviously we're running triple Scarlet, most standard card in the deck. And then this is where it gets a little weird. Running triple Hakero. I feel like Hakero is really insane in this format. So people are already running DD Crow in their main deck. And this card is a kind of a tutorable DD Crow. Drawing this card's almost always awesome because it's going to be at worst it's a dude that will be, at worst it's just a level 5 1800 dude, which can sometimes help you push for damage in weird cases. And at best it's an 1800 dude that banishes one from their graveyard, which can stop their Branded in Red or Mo Year or anything of that nature. That's or their Eldlich for example. Not that I think there's too much Eldlich in the format, but Hakero is really awesome, and I think he's even better than Conquistador, which we're actually running 3. I know I kind of laid those down kind of in a misleading fashion, but yeah, we're definitely still running 3 of this card just because it's it's Conquistador. It's completely broken, and there's so much mine in the format. So we really want to have access, and the reason we bumped it up, we've added these 3 cards are the questionable cards, pretty much the additions, is because we've added so many cards to the deck that we just want to make sure that we're still seeing our Eldlich resource loop consistently. So I hope that all makes sense. The only lock that you do need to be conscious of when you're playing this deck, because you're running a lot of different engines, there's kind of 2 locks, but one lock's relevant, one lock's not. So the fusion lock, that's I would say not relevant because you don't go into anything but fusions typically in your extra deck. And then you've got this stuff. You've got these cards which, if you use them on the turn, you can't go into any of your adventure stuff because you're zombie locked for the rest of the turn. Yeah. So be aware. This card does conflict with that. So just be aware because you can only activate this on your turn, but you can discard it and search. So that's an option there. That card's kind of good in that regard as well. Just it's situational, so just be aware that you will be zombie locked, but you can do stuff before it, obviously. And then it's pretty standard Eldlich stuff. I mean, I don't want to really take the time to explain that. Eldlich cards, white lets you special summon from the graveyard and the hand. Basically, these let you special summon from 2 locations, right? Hand and graveyard, deck and graveyard, and deck and hand. I'm pretty sure, yep. Or deck and... yeah, hand or deck. So yeah, that's it. And we all know what Eldlich does, the non-destruction removal and whatnot. And how he can basically just he's like a Grapha when you send one. Obviously, pretty much everybody knows all that. And then for the zombies, we're just running Banshee, Balduroc, and Zombie World. This is a floodgate engine, essentially. You could take the Balduroc out and just put either a second Banshee or another Zombie World in there, but I really am intrigued if I can ever get this Balduroc stuff to work. I really want it to happen. It just feels so rare sometimes to have enough setup where I'm branded fusioning this into the graveyard where I'll already control this. So perhaps the Balduroc is wishful thinking. I don't really think that I don't really know how good it is, but you can get it from your deck if you already control an Eldlich, which is something that is relevant, and I should be probably doing that more. Yeah, it's pretty good actually being able to get it from. I sometimes forget about that aspect. I can also get Banshee from the deck in matchups that's super good versus. So yeah, if we're playing against Flunder, it's pretty much an auto win because there's so many ways to tutor deck roll Banshee, and that pretty much ruins their day. So yeah, that's it for the zombies. We really have a light zombie package. It's kind of more of the extension of the Eldlich package. And then for the generic good stuff, we run double Lord and triple Extrav, and then yep. 1 Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is just the stupidest card in the game. It should be banned. triple extravagance. Yeah, we run an extra board, but perhaps this is not really that good. I would have prosperities. I would run prosperities if I had prosperities, but I don't. Extrav doesn't really conflict with the deck at all. I just think prosperity is just like an insane card. I'd probably go like 2-2 or maybe even 3-3, just because of how much better I think your chances of winning a game are when you resolve one of those two cards. I'm just thankful that this card is cheap now. Lord of the Heavenly Prison, protecting your back row and then being able to tutor anything from your deck is exceptionally good. And then, yeah, Call by the Grave, like I said, should be banned. All right. And then for the traps, this is like pretty standard. It's just like a meta call. I think Dimensional Barrier is just like insane this format. So we're making 3 of that. Torrential Tribute is like your main. These 3 cards are like the main way to like break boards. They have like 1 negate. Basically, you're just trying to get into a situation where they use their 1 negate on the Torrential Tribute and use the Solemn Strike to negate the negate and essentially like clear their board. So these are like really important going second cards. Even though they are trap cards, these are like, yeah, these are your juice. And then Dimensional Barrier is like cheating, basically. And then for the Floodgates, we're kind of light on Floodgates. Potentially, the Adventure stuff should come out and more Floodgates should go in, but it's neither here nor there. We're running triple Skill Drain and triple Rivalry. And we're also running triple There Can Only Be One. So Skill Drain, obviously Monkey, pretty easy to explain. Just, OP. Rivalry, I think, is good against pretty much everything in the format. There's, like, very rare... I'm trying to think of what I'm real. I mean, like, this, it's not the best against Sword Soul, but you can kind of choke them out in awkward situations. It can basically, like, bait a Baron negate in a lot of situations. That's what it's going to end up doing. And then, like, There Can Only Be One is, like, not the greatest card in the world in a lot of stuff, but, it's an auto win against a lot of the format, like the Punk, the Sword Soul, a lot of, like, stuff like that. It's not very good versus Despia, but there's actually not as much Despia in the format as you'd think. And then we're running just the double goes in as our last, like, Floodgate and our 59th and 60th card. Just like the next best Floodgate. I don't think Anti-Spell Fragrance and cards of this nature are gonna are really that good in this kind of a deck where I'm running like Adventure as well. And then for the extra has not changed. So we're still running just the triple Albion, the triple Lubellion, the 1 Titanic Clad, the triple Mirror Jade, and like that's it for like the fusions. We just really don't want to banish everything off of Extravagance. You go into Albion like 99% of the time. Very rarely go into Lubellion, like say you really need to set up Zombie World for some reason. But in most cases, you're going into Albion to send the Golden Lord and send Fallen, and then you banish both and you make the Mirror Jade. It's pretty good. And the Mirror Jade will send an Albion, and you can get like more resources off that. So it's like fusions. Links, we're not going too extensive, just 2 link ones. If you have a Link Spider, just change the Link Spider for this. I would still run 1 M dot because it does come up every once in a while. And then just the 2 Charmers. Sometimes these cards do come up. Light Charmer's insane. Dark Charmer's not so good anymore, but it's still pretty good. You really don't have that many ways to make it, but there are some times when you make it, you win the game. So that's why I have it in there. And then Gustav Max, the only rank 10 that ever really comes up. The other card you could consider running in that slot is like Pleiades, but I feel like Gustav comes up more than Pleiades. All right. And then for the side is like not completely scienced out because this deck is kind of a new concept. Sorry, I'm just trying to get everything together. 60 cards is a lot. It's not completely scienced out, but I think I like where I ended up on it today. So we're running triple Lava Golem. I'm going to move this one to the back. It's spicier. Triple Lava Golem, obviously, is completely insane going second. I'm going to try to sort this a little bit better. And then triple Dark Ruler. These are like my generic side-in going second cards. I just really want to be able to break boards. This format, Dark Ruler and Lava Golem are both really good. Not necessarily against Despia, but I feel like my main deck's pretty teched out against Despia, and I've got some spicy stuff for them in the side deck. Don't you worry about it. But Dark Ruler's not good versus Despia, and neither is really Lava Golem, but surprisingly there are a lot of board building decks in this format. And then this is a card you side in like literally every single game 2 and 3, just because you're going to see so much more Duster, Red Reboot, Twin Twisters, things like that that you absolutely have to negate or you're going to lose the game. So yeah, you just have to find cards to side out for Judgment every single game 2 and 3, unless you want to main deck it, because like if you don't have this card in game 2 and 3, you're dead. And then this is like the spice, I would say, for the side. So this is like obviously Token Collector is really good versus like any adventure deck. You know, I'm running adventure as well, and I don't really have a great way to get rid of this sometimes, but against like Sword Soul specifically, it's pretty correct. And we're running Pankratops. Pankratops is just like a generic good board break card. If I had an illegal night, I would run this instead. But yeah, we just have Pankratops for today. And then for like our anti-Despia Spice, we're running triple cherries. We just want cherries and call Mirror Jade, and hopefully they just cry and scoop. Anyway, guys, that's what I'm going to be running at the regional. Maybe I can get my hands on somebody's extra illegal night. If not, if I can, I can put that like right there. Oh, can I? Oh no, I wasn't sure if this card was like Ghost Dagger where I could like tribute it because it's a zombie. But you can't. In fact. Anyway, guys. Oh yeah, and I don't own Ash Blossom. That's another card that I would definitely consider in the main deck. But I simply don't have it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy Neosynthesis. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about the deck, feel free to leave a comment. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.